Hi there, and welcome to my Itty Bitty Chapel. My name is Patty Chaffee, and I'm the community minister at Niantic Community Church. I'm also a spiritual director and an expressive arts facilitator. The Itty Bitty Chapel is a few moments offered midweek to relax, refresh, and reflect on a spiritual word or phrase. Usually it's filmed in or near a sacred space within my home called the Itty Bitty Chapel, and our candles are lit to remind us of the presence of Spirit within and around us. Our word for reflection this week is purpose. The purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off our souls, said Pablo Picasso. One of many purposes of art, I'll add. Recently, I had an opportunity to create some art with my sister. Each week we go out and have some sort of little adventure. And this past week, we took some time to go to a paint-your-own pottery studio in Pawcatuck called Get Fired Up. And I had some hesitancy about going there because I was hoping that it wouldn't be really crowded for obvious reasons, kind of shying away from any place that is crowded these days. But we were very blessed by the grace of God. We were the only ones there painting. So that was a very comfortable opportunity for us. A couple people passed through to pick things up, but they didn't stay long and they were on their way. So it was nice to have an opportunity to just be together and create and have that quiet time. I had been there years ago, and my process was very time consuming because it was hard to decide on what to paint. If you've never been to one before, it's there's a selection of pieces. I think it might be bisqueware or something. I think that might be the term. It's already fired, so it's already a piece of pottery, and you have to just put the glaze on. So you're doing all the color work, and the possibilities are endless. So it would always take me a long time to just to decide what item I wanted to paint, and then what was I going to put on it, and what colors to choose, and all of that. So I had kind of a plan when I got there to work on. I had printed out some images of what I wanted to do. I wanted to paint a nautilus shell. If you're not familiar with the nautilus, it's, as I understand it, the short version is that the little critter inside keeps growing and growing and evolving, and each time they outgrow the chamber they're in, they move into another chamber, and then another one and another one. So if you see the nautilus shell, you'll see all these different chambers that go like this as the person in it, the little critter in it, just kept growing and growing and growing as the nautilus shell grew with it. And it's so much like our life, and that really resonates with me at this time in my life, that I seem to be evolving into different chambers. So anyway, I had the idea that I wanted to paint this nautilus shell, and I had some pictures and just some design ideas of what I wanted to do, really not leaving a lot of room for spontaneity, because I didn't want to tie up all the time just trying to decide, right? So we sat there. We looked around at all the different possibilities of what to paint, and we didn't want to miss out on anything, fear of missing out. So we had to look at all of the things that were there. And then we chose some things. She chose a few ornaments to paint with a hole to hang, put a ribbon through it or something. And I happened upon something I never expected to find there, a nautilus shell. It was an ornament, a flat ornament, but it was the shape of a nautilus shell. And so we took our findings and went back to our table, and we sat there and we just were immersed in the painting. It was just such a special time to have that quiet and to just be completely immersed as we chose our colors and painted the different ornaments, and it was just such a beautiful time. And the reason I'm sharing that story is that oftentimes people think things that are enjoyable, like making art, like play, like self-care, are not purposeful, but they are so purposeful. And making art, that has purpose too. And like Picasso said, like washing the dust of daily life off our souls. And I could almost feel that as I sat down and left all of the rest of life to just be present, to being with my loved one, having the opportunity to create, and just having that time where we didn't need to do anything else. We were just being present. And it was a beautiful experience filled with purpose. Now, these days, I think for many of us, we want to help in some way, but it's hard to know what to do. It's hard to know what to do, hard to understand where to take action, and what might make a difference in our world, in our local community, in our neighborhood, even in our families. These are difficult times for finding purpose. We want to be doing something meaningful, but knowing what that is can be tough. Perhaps we experience moments of helplessness, just not knowing what to do. Yet we have that desire in us for action. A beautiful spirit in my life shared a poem with me that I found very thought-provoking. I reached out to the poet. Her name is Martha Postlethwaite, and she shared this thought while giving me permission to share it with you. She wrote to me that that poem has had a life of its own, especially these past 4 years. I am thrilled to know it is bringing some peace and sanity to people. I hope it brings some peace to you and maybe some guidance for your purpose. The poem's called Clearing. Do not try to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life and wait there patiently until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize and greet it. Only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worth of rescue. Take a deep breath with me now and just kind of breathe in those words. I invite you to reflect further on this poem with music by Carlos Nakai called Within the Sacred. Within the Sacred. And consider what these words might lead you to. I thank you for sharing this video with your friends and family. I keep you in my prayers always. And until next time, may God bless you in every way you need. Namaste.